pick up on that with you, Congressman Hoekstra. We do know that this man was put on a terror database, which includes about 500,000 people, after his father who was a very prominent banker in Nigeria, went to the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria and reported him, said he was concerned about his extreme activities, but he was allowed to keep his U.S. visa, and he was not on a no-fly list. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20, but should authorities have acted sooner, particularly given the fact that we're learning today that the British refused to give this man a visa to return to Great Britain, where he had been a student, in May?
Well, I think as the Senator said, as Joe said, we're going to have to go and take a look at exactly what happened to this information when our consulate, our embassy in Nigeria got the information. You know, Joe and I worked for a long time on putting together the Intel Reform Bill, where we broke down the barriers between the various agencies that would be tasked with screening these kinds of individuals and identifying the threats to the United States. Was this a failure of these agencies to communicate, or were the markers that we put on this individual, were they not significant enough to bring this individual to a higher level of awareness that said, okay, he needs to be put on a no-fly list? You know, this is a very difficult problem. We've seen the different faces of terrorism in the last 3 months. Hassan, the 5 Pakistanis, or the 5 individuals who went to Pakistan, and now this individual. It's a very hard problem. We've got to keep improving our game plan each and every day, each and every week, to identify these new threats.
Let me follow up on that, Congressman, because you were quoted in the Detroit Free Press this morning as saying that, you know, the key is to connect the dots, and maybe the Obama administration will now realize that. Is it really fair to hold the Obama administration responsible here?
Yeah, I think it really is, because I think the connecting the dots here is not necessarily on this particular case. It's connecting the dots that we've seen over the last 11 months, over the last 8 years. What do we have here? This is an international movement of radicalization. All right? The Obama administration came in and said, we're not going to use the word terrorism anymore. We're going to call it man-made disasters. Trying to, I think, downplay the threat from terrorism. In reality, it's getting much more complex. Radicalization is alive. It is well. They want to attack the United States. That threat is here in the United States. It is lone wolf individuals. It is people that have become radicalized, that have had some contact with al-Qaeda, and then it is the threat that comes from al-Qaeda Central. Homegrown terrorism, the threat to the United States, is real. I think this administration has downplayed it. They need to recognize it, identify it. It is the only way we are going to defeat it.
Let me pick up another issue with you.